Hi, I'm Aaron Kendall of Kendall Law Group, an estate planning attorney here in Michigan. Let's talk about estate planning and firearms. Plenty of law-abiding people in Michigan own firearms. The important question is, where do you want these firearms to go when you die, and how do you make sure the person you want to receive them actually gets them? First thing is, let's discuss the different types of firearms and some issues in terms of how they can be transferred. And next, let's discuss what steps you can take to make it easier for your heirs to get the firearms and for you to be able to distribute them to who you want to receive them. First of all, in Michigan, handguns are typically registered. Not always, though, and we could discuss this for hours, but we're just going to focus on the basic principle that most of them are in fact registered. In order to transfer them, you need to have them transferred via typically the local police agency and have them transferred to the recipient. You would need to have a personal representative appointed at the probate court if they're going by will, but there can be different transfer options if you create a trust. Again, it's a very good idea to consult with an attorney for anything involving firearms and transferring them. You want to make absolutely sure they're going to someone who's legally eligible to possess firearms. The next area in Michigan are rifles and shotguns. These are not registered and can again be transferred legally, again, typically via personal representative or via trust. The last category would be what are called National Firearms Act firearms. These are items such as suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barrel shotguns, and machine guns. These have very strict federal laws regarding transfers of these items, and there also may be an interplay with state laws as well. Typically, a transfer can be done by will or by trust and involving the appropriate federal authorities in approving that transfer. One of the best things you can do if you are a firearms owner is keep a good, clear list of the firearms you own in terms of both model and serial number, how much you purchased them for, and what you believe the present value is. A lot of people who own firearms don't want to tell other people what they paid for them and don't even want to tell their family members. This can lead to trouble. I've had a client whose relative deceased and left her all of his firearms, which is a pretty nice thing to do. Had a very extensive collection. Unfortunately, he did not ever discuss how much he paid for them or how much they were worth. She took the list to a gun store, and the gun store offered $2,000 for all of them. I took one look at the list and saw that 2 of the many items alone were worth more than $1,000 apiece. I was able to connect her with law-abiding owners and have them purchase the firearms for a much higher value, and she got a lot more money than the $2,000 she would have received if she had sold them to the dealer who was quite blatantly taking advantage of her. Not all dealers are going to do that, but unfortunately she came across one that saw an opportunity. So it's good to have that list. Have the serial numbers, have the model number, have the value so that your heirs have at least an idea of what these items are worth. They're important possessions. You should be able to keep track of them, take care of them, and let people know what they're worth. In addition, it's very important that you have a will or a trust set up that designates who will receive these firearms. If you just simply say everybody takes one, it can lead to lots of disagreements and lots of issues. It's far better to identify each one you want to grant to each specific person, or you can give multiple to the same person, that's fine, but it should be spelled out whether in a list with your will or with your trust. Again, you really should consult an attorney when you're discussing the transfer of firearms. You need to make absolutely certain that the recipient is legally able to handle them and to possess them. If you have questions with that, I'd be very happy to help you out. Please feel free to join my Facebook Michigan Asset Protection and Estate Planning group, or visit me at kendall-law.com, and I'd be pleased to help you out in any way I can with this matter. Thank you.